The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
Another congressman, I saw this headline, which is that a congressman is calling for a new birther investigation and is questioning the president's validity. And right away I said, don't let it be South Carolina. Is it South Carolina? No, it can't really be South Carolina again. And I opened it up, and indeed it is Republican Congressman Jeff Duncan from South Carolina. And he is saying that the president could be a secret Kenyan man who forged all sorts of identity documents. He was on a radio program called True News, TRU News, with Rick Wiles. And he was asked about this. He initially kind of played it cool, but then he said, yeah, you know what? We do need to look into that. Take a listen to this.
Are rounding up and deporting the illegal immigrants. Any chance the House may actually pursue Barack Obama's phony identification papers?
Well, you know,
that's the original scandal, Congressman. That's the original scandal.
Him in November, people should have voted against him in November, and I'm afraid that wouldn't get to the Supreme Court where it ought to get.
But if we know that they're lying about all these other things, why not go back and say, well, maybe the first scandal was a lie too?
There you go. I'm all with you. So let's go back and revisit some of these things, because Americans have questions about not only the IRS scandal, but also about the president's validity.
The president's validity. There's questions about the president's validity. Yet another elected official. This is an actual elected official, ladies and gentlemen. And he says the president may not be valid as a person. Wow.
I wonder how many of his constituents know that he's focusing on things like this.
Yeah, maybe not many. I don't know what I'm more horrified by.
And if they'd love it, or if they'd say, what a waste of time and money.
That's the thing. I don't know if I'm more concerned. What would make me more concerned? That none of his constituents know that he's going on radio shows and talking birther nonsense, or that they know he's doing it and like it and support him for doing it. I don't know which would be more concerning to me.
Yes, that's difficult.
If they had to pay for these witch hunts with their own money, or at least maybe money from their district, that any money if you want a birther investigation, the money comes out of your district, and your constituents get less money. So, and you can explain it to them. You can explain why it is that that's the way you've decided to direct money. Wouldn't a lot of these dry up pretty quickly, Natan?
Yeah, I think so. The whole thing is highly disturbing. I think the one thing we can say, we were talking about Obama's legacy earlier, is that these guys at best are going to be a little footnote that says, oh yeah, there were also these ridiculous fringe elements that were saying nonsense the whole time.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.